feel like I'm gonna sleep if I stay here in this position. I'm literally just gonna fall asleep. This is so comfy. So I'm home by myself and I thought it'd be fun to do a little video of me just hanging out by myself at home. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Since I'm new to YouTube, I thought that it would be fun to just do a little video that was about just spending a night with me and hanging out and chilling by myself and just doing some random stuff that I wanted to do. I hope you enjoy. Look what I found. Guys, I've been trying to think of ideas for YouTube videos. And like, I've been trying to think about what would be captivating, but also realistic to what I actually want to do for my videos. Does that make sense? I love watching other YouTubers, but some people are in like one specific niche, like beauty or like travel or teaching. But for me, I'm like, you know, I have so many interests where I feel like I don't know if I want to pigeonhole myself into just one niche of like, oh, I have curly hair, so now I just want to do curly hair videos or just videos that have to do with beauty. What if one day I am visiting a friend and I want to just have them say hi? Oh, I have a dog under my foot. What if I just want to do a video on like taking my dogs for a walk? Or what if I want to do something about graphic design because that's what I do as a profession? I just don't want to end up feeling pressured into just doing curly hair videos because that's how I started my channel. Like if I want to branch out, I'm going to branch out. Maybe if I discover later on that I love making hair videos, maybe that's what I'll focus on. But if I don't necessarily just want to do hair videos, I feel like I could get burnt out. And I don't want to get burnt out on something that's supposed to be fun. Does that make sense? Like, something to think about. Also, I hope you guys don't mind my lazy setup for today. I recently moved, and so my setup is very all over the place for now. As you can tell, I'm literally using a file cabinet for my work desk right now because I've been moving out of an apartment and it's kind of messy and kind of a lot of work, and especially right now in COVID times, a lot of people don't necessarily have jobs, me being one of them. And you know, sometimes I think about it and I'd really like to find work, and it kind of feels like work should be my priority over just like making a house look cute, you know? Like, to me that seems like the right thing. It seems like I should be focusing on getting work done and doing that kind of thing before things that can come later on when I have more time. I just feel like if I do one thing before the other that I shouldn't be doing, then it's just not gonna make sense, you know? Oh. I feel so rude eating this on camera. I need to like put this away. Guys, I have to clean the kitchen so badly. I have laundry to do. It's turning into not such a fun night. I don't know, I always feel obligated to clean. I don't know. Do I clean or do I work on my job apps? Do I work on my banner for my YouTube channel? I don't know, I kind of need help with my banner for my YouTube channel because I feel like I kind of know what I want to do for it, but like, I feel like I know social media platforms pretty well. Like, I feel like I know Instagram pretty well, I know TikTok pretty well. But I don't know, I feel like I want to think of a banner that's really cute, and I want to think of video ideas that are really cute, but it's really hard to do all of that when you don't have a job yet. And I feel like my priorities have to be there, which is difficult, but I don't know. I feel like I can still kind of treat YouTube like a job too and just kind of do it on the side. Also, I thought I would show you guys this because I just did this. Don't know. I just organized This is like ridiculous. I have way too much skincare and hair products. Like, look at that. Look at these, just these scrunchies alone. And like, yeah, I have kind of a lot of these things. This is just like hair stuff. I've got one basket of hair that I'm trying out. Skincare, little pads to do like facial serums, Q-tips, whatever. These things, little scrunchies. Let me know if you want a little scrunchie tour. Got a bunch of rubber bands. They're kind of disorganized. My bad. I've got a little like lipstick thing that's kind of fun. I don't know if you guys can really see that. And then I've got a little facial roller. I don't know how I feel about this. I bought one. I thought it'd be kind of fun to use, but like, and then I've got some teeth stuff, nail stuff, extra stuff. I've got my diffuser in there, and I've got a makeup bag. But look at these towels. I like them. I think they look nice. I'm very curious at like what I should show you guys and what you'd be interested in seeing, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll kind of see how this video goes, and if you like it, just comment and let me know so I know what to make in the future. I don't know what to say. I feel like that's the most awkward thing about making a YouTube video from scratch when you're not a YouTuber, is like looking at the camera for me and like talking at the camera like it's my friend. Like, I think that that's so awkward to look at this little lens when it's like a piece of technology. I think that's really awkward, and I feel like maybe that's the hardest thing for me to get used to when it comes to like starting YouTube. For me at least, I've always wanted to be able to connect with more people, and I feel like especially in these times during quarantine and COVID and just people being sick and being stuck at home all the time, working from home. Like, for me, I don't have a job right now, and so not having a job comes being at home by yourself a lot. And for me, I'm like, you know, I really crave talking to people and socializing with people, especially when I'm just home alone all day long. You know, it's like, it gets kind of boring and it gets kind of isolating. And I don't know, it just makes me want to like get out there and meet people. And like, there's such a big online community on YouTube. You know, I've wanted to make a channel for a while now, so why not start now? I've kind of told myself, one of the biggest things that inspired me, actually, maybe some of you will know who they are, but they're called Yes Theory, and they're a channel on YouTube that live by this mantra of, when you say yes to things and you seek discomfort, then you're able to go and do so much more with your life than you ever thought that you would be able to do when you break your comfort zone. And I feel like for me, even though sometimes this kind of feels a little uncomfortable, I think it's so cool to think of, well, if I do this and I document this for however many years, then what does that mean? You know, like, maybe I'll get to see snippets looking back of like my design projects that are funny to see now because I've gotten so much better. Or maybe it's like, you know, maybe if I end up becoming, I don't know, maybe what if I changed careers entirely and I did like something completely different full time? Like, I even think about now all the opportunities that I missed before when I wasn't filming, and it's like, yes, those live on in my memory, of course, and that's fine. I'm not saying you have to document everything, but like, I think it's so cool to have like a diary of your memories. And I was talking to my sister today, actually, and we were both saying the same thing of like, think of all these family trips we've gone on and all this cool stuff that we've done and these performances that we've done in music or these tournaments that we took a part in or whatever. And it's like, it's so cool to just think about where this could go, and just being able to revisit it in the future, I think, is so awesome. And that's like one of the most beautiful things about having technology, is like you get to actually do this and look back on all these different times that you had, both good and bad, but you get to see your growth. And I feel like that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, is just get out of my comfort zone and see how far it goes and see how far I can grow. And if I love it, I love it. And if I end up disliking it, I can always stop, but I'll never know what could have happened. And I don't want to look back and be like, what if I started a channel in 2020 during all that time when I was at home by myself? Why didn't I just do it then when I had all that time? And then I could see myself starting a job and being like, well, now I'm so busy, when am I going to find time to do that? And I I don't want to necessarily have that happen. I would rather start it and be like, you know, peace out, it didn't work, or like, oh my gosh, I love this, and just, even if I just get to meet people through this or like impact somebody's day in a positive way, I think that'd be so worth it no matter what I'm doing. Woo! So beautiful. I want to show you guys how I make my signature coffee drink. Look how good it looks. It looks amazing. I love the color of coffee. I think it's so beautiful. What a shocker, I'm back in bed. So guys, since I'm super tired, I thought it would be kind of fun just to, since I am starting YouTube and I'm new to this, I thought it'd be really fun to do like a little get to know me, because I don't really feel like you guys know me very well, obviously, because this is my first video. So I found some questions online and I thought it'd be fun to just do like a quick little get to know me, and yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do it rapid fire style and see, like, I don't know, what you guys think is interesting and everything. So this will be fun. Let's do a would you rather. The first one is, would you rather lose all your money or all your photos? That's hard. To be honest, as a digital person and a creative, there's actually been a lot of times that I've lost my photos. Honestly, it's only really made me feel sad. Not even sad. It's only made me like feel bad, because these files can bring me like money because that's my job. But I don't feel like I've really had the same feeling about photos. Like fun photos when it comes to doing things with like my family and my friends and stuff, because I have all those memories in my head, and there's so many moments that I've experienced without taking pictures of them, and I've ended up not feeling sad because I was so in the moment. So there's like things that I like about taking photos, and there's things I don't like about taking photos because it also can take away from the moment. So honestly, I think I would lose all my photos. Would I rather speak Spanish or Japanese? Spanish, I think, just because I took it in high school. I was so close to being fluent in it, but I was really close to being able to speak with other people, if that makes sense, like native speakers. And so I don't know, I feel like I would pick Spanish because I was that close to learning it anyways, that like, why not just go full bore and just learn it and be able to speak it fluently. Listening to how pretty it is, and I just love it. I think everything about Spanish is just so beautiful. Japanese is really cool too, but just because I already started learning Spanish, I would pick Spanish. Would I rather lose my hearing or my sight? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. That's so hard, I don't know. Because like, if you lose your hearing, like imagine never being able to hear your parents or your significant other tell you that they love you, like, ever again in your entire life. You just have to like try and remember what that sounds like. Or like your child. What if you had a child and like you could never again hear what they're saying to you when they're little? But then your sight, well, and also with hearing, like music. I love music. I play piano. I've played flute. I've played guitar. So music, like losing music versus losing sight. But then if you lose your sight, you lose art. You can't see paintings, you can't see photos, you can't see places you travel to. I'm so torn, but I think I would have to say my hearing, because at least if you can see things and you can feel things, you could feel like the vibrations of music, you know? Even though you can't necessarily hear it, you could still like feel a pulse and be able to dance to it or something. There's no way to make up for seeing something. It's like how people say you can't describe a color to somebody, like you can't describe what's red. You could be like, oh, an apple or like a watermelon, but you can't describe the color red in and of itself. Ooh, let's do Let's do deep questions to ask to know someone truly. What's your philosophy in life? If I had to say, I would probably say break your comfort zone, because it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about yes theory. I think that you find out what you're truly made of if you break through your comfort zone. Just in general, like think about all the experiences you wouldn't have experienced if you wouldn't have pushed through your comfort zone. Say yes to things. Do what makes you happy. And even if it doesn't succeed, just keep trying. Because if you find enjoyment in it, it means that it's something that you're supposed to be doing. What's one thing you would like to change about yourself? I would really like to become a morning person, because I really admire people who are able to get up super early at like 5:30 a.m. and just like start their day. They're so self-motivated that that's kind of what they do. They just like, I just want to be a morning person, because I think it's so cool to just, that feeling of like being up before everybody else. I'll move back a little bit because I feel like my head was kind of cut off before. So, is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? That's a hard one. So I'd say like maybe when I was a kid, I think I wanted to be a musician more than anything, just because I come from a really musical family. Like my mom sang, my sister plays instruments, my uncle, he sings, he writes music, my cousins are super musical, one of them DJs, he used to be a radio DJ. What can make me mad? What makes me mad? So I had braces growing up, as a lot of kids do, and one of the things that really made me angry recently was, after having braces, you know how your teeth are like perfectly straight, right? So your girl got kind of lazy and she decided that she didn't really have to wear her retainers because her teeth would just magically stay in place, right? My teeth ended up shifting a little bit. Even though I had permanent retainers glued to the top and bottom of my teeth, I, let's just say, didn't think I needed the retainers. I would just go to bed and just be like, I want to brush my teeth, but not necessarily wear the retainer. I don't know why, don't ask me why. But I would do that and then end up with these tiny little gaps in my teeth that would just be, you know, my teeth would just shift a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more until I was like, you know, it's noticeable now. And I'm wearing my retainers, but they're not really shifting my teeth back into place. So I was trying to like make up for lost time, and I had to go back in and get another retainer. And now I've been, well, I guess technically it's called an aligner because it aligns my teeth back into the formation they should have been in after braces. And so now I've been wearing my aligner whenever I go to sleep and like all throughout the day and everything. I just took it out for this video, but I promise I'm actually wearing it every single day, and it's just annoying that I have to do that, but it's better than nothing, so I'm wearing them. If you can't tell by my teeth, there's no gaps and no gaps. What was a major turning point in your life? I was in, I'd say, what grade was I in? Maybe 6th grade? I would say end of 6th grade, I think. I ended up going into the hospital, actually for my sister's doctor's appointment. I just happened to be along for the ride with my mom and my sister. And the doctors were checking my sister, just like a regular kid's checkup, for scoliosis. And I happened to be there, and the doctor just decided like, oh, since you're here, like, do you want us to just quickly check you? Because why not? I mean, if they're going to catch it early, they're going to catch it early, and it's actually pretty helpful if they do. So I was just, laughing, and I was like, oh yeah, like, whatever, I'll be fine. I don't think I would have that, but sure. Lo and behold, I had it, and so I remember how they used to test it is they would take kind of like a little block looking thing and run it down your spine. If you have an S curve like what I have, it would shift once at the first curve and then kind of shift again at the second curve. Lo and behold, shift, and I think it was within the next few days I was back into the hospital and was put into a back brace. And I wore that back brace for 3 years consecutively, and it was every single day, all the time, pretty much. And that definitely changed my life because it made me realize like how lucky I am now, for example, to not have to wear that all the time. There was a positive in, figuring certain things out. I would personally wear my brace underneath my clothes to try and conceal it so I wouldn't bring a lot of attention onto myself. And I just remember wearing it and being like, oh my gosh, I hope nobody notices. I hope nobody sees it. I hope nobody sees it. And kind of as I grew into the brace and as I wore it year after year, I kind of developed an attitude of like, it's not something I can help, so why should I be ashamed? Guess who's back? Sorry, I had camera problems. Basically, it gave me this attitude of like, who really cares what other people think? If it's not something that I can help and I was born with this, why should I have to feel ashamed of it just because I have to wear this? And also, on top of that, I'm so lucky to be avoiding surgery. Like if I would have gone in, even maybe just a few days later, I could have ended up with spinal surgery. So if anything, it was a blessing, and it really changed my perspective on life, and like something you're grateful for could have been something that you should be grateful for or will be grateful for in hindsight could be something that you weren't necessarily grateful for in the moment. Anyways, I think I'm done with these questions. I've answered a lot of random ones. Let me know if you want me to do like a more focused Q&A. Since this is my first YouTube video, I just want to say, go do something that scares you today. Do something that pushes your comfort zone. I'm so grateful to have you here. I'm so excited to start this channel. I don't know what to say for my outro, but thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so grateful to have you here on my channel. Message me, subscribe, tell me what you liked, whatever you want to say. I appreciate any feedback, anything you found interesting, just let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!